be a narrative running in the back of your mind. One that hopes your teenagers aren't miserable despite your best planning efforts. You want this trip. You want it to work for everyone. And you're not 100% sure a cruise ship is the answer for your teens and your family. I have 3 teenagers. I have been on that ship with them, and I'm going to tell you what actually keeps them happy. Because it's not what most people think. I'm Stephanie from Your Best Yes Travel. I'm a Royal Caribbean Master in Adventure and a certified Sandals and Beaches advisor. I grew up in a family of 5. Now I'm raising one. And in the blink of an eye, my kids are all teenagers. I know what it feels like to travel as a kid and as a mom who planned every detail of the trip. Family travel doesn't have to feel so complicated, especially when you're in a family of 5 like mine, because moms, they deserve to enjoy the vacation too. Once you say yes, we handle the rest. Royal Caribbean meets your families exactly where they are, no matter their mood, their pace, or their curiosity. Rock climbing, flow rider, escape rooms, arcades, Vegas and Broadway-style shows at night, and on the Oasis, Icon, and Quantum-class ships especially, there are zip lines, water slides, mini golf. These are not afterthoughts. This is what the ship was built for. There is a teen club late-night spaces designed just for them, with their own programming throughout the week. My kids have never really been especially drawn to that, and it works just fine. My oldest moves at her own pace. The twins have a built-in best friend everywhere we go at all times, and they never really need it. And, well, they also never ran out of things to do. And for the teen, who often surprises you, the one who wanders into something maybe you would have thought never to have suggested, Royal has endless choices to meet that kid too. There's always something worth looking up for. Not even on day 3 or 6 will they be bored. One insider note on the arcades though, they are cashless. So your teen can scan their room key or a wristband and the charges go directly to your room. You may not see the total until the end of the trip. But the good news is you can check the Royal Caribbean app anytime to see what's been changed and then go to the front desk and tell them to turn it off. Yeah, I know from personal experience. It's worth having a plan before you go, for sure. Now, how do we get them off those phones, you might be asking? Well, most families assume they're going to have to purchase a Wi-Fi package to stay connected while on the ship. But what you may not know, once your cruise is booked, everyone can download the Royal Caribbean app and log in. It will even count down the number of days until you're sailing, which is such a fun way to build excitement before you even leave the house. Once you're on board, turn on that airplane mode and connect to the ship's guest Wi-Fi. Then everyone who is 14 and up can message each other through the app for free. No internet package required. That is how your family stays connected on the ship. And if you have a kid who's under 14, I have some ideas. We can cover that in your consultation. For being on land and being in ports, your cell service is probably going to connect international. And in that case, it's charged per person per day, a flat rate. It's worth having a plan for who is taking their phone off airplane mode so that there are no surprises when you get home on the cell phone bill. But here's the thing about all of it. For your teens and for your tweens, it might be the first time in a long time that the scrolling can actually wait, because there's always something on the ship worth putting the phone down for. Here's what I mean when I say the ship meets your family where they are. Real quick, before I share one last nugget with you, I want to point you to your next steps. If you're still in the figuring it out stage, go ahead and take the quiz. It's also listed in the description below. It takes 2 minutes. It's built around your family. It doesn't give you just generic results. When you take it, if you already know the answers, well, then you have the clarity to move forward. And if you're surprised by what comes back, well, you'll be glad you didn't book the wrong thing. And if this video just confirmed what you already knew, skip the quiz. Connect with me directly. If you're ready to get the ball rolling, fill out the intake form below and tell me about your family's perfect trip. Then you and I will set up a time that works for you to chat. Before we left on our trip, part of my son's Christmas present that year was a sushi making class that they were offering on the ship. We had seen it while planning the trip and he lit up immediately. My husband looked into it and decided he didn't really need to make that much sushi with him, so we quietly made it a surprise. As we got closer to our departure date and had a better idea of what our day might look like at sea, we've officially booked it. He was 12. He went to a class where there were no other kids. There was nobody his age, just him and a bunch of other adults doing the thing he wanted to do. My husband walked with them, stayed a few minutes until it was clear that he didn't need anyone standing next to him. And, well, my husband came back and met him after the class when it was all over. The two of them together came to find us in the Windjammer, the girls and I. He was still wearing his paper chef hat, carrying his recipes, and he told us about everything. Everything that they made, how they made it, all the things he got to try for the first time. And, well, he nearly ate all of it himself. There was also a cupcake decorating class on the ship, but neither of my girls wanted to do it, and that was completely fine because there were 20 million other things waiting for them. To this day, he makes homemade sushi for the whole family. That class on that ship is where it all started. Before your family boards, we already know what your trip's gonna look like. I want to know your kids, what they're into, what they're not into, what kind of vacation makes them actually show up for it. Because the right experiences booked in advance for the right kids on the right sailing, that's what makes the difference between a trip that worked and a trip your family is talking about for years to come. That weight of figuring it all out so everyone has a great time, that comes off of you when we work together so you can actually enjoy it too. Hit subscribe. I have a lot more coming for families like yours. Next week, we're talking about perfect day at Coco Cay, what's included, what's worth adding, and what you actually need to know before your family gets there. Once you say yes, we handle the rest.